Hello and welcome to Animal Wall Art News. I'm Carrie, your host, and today's top story comes from Florida. There are always a lot of calls in Florida, lots of crazy calls. The police have to deal with them. The dispatch has to deal with them. A lot of them are people. A lot of them are real. A lot of them are just delusional. And a lot of them concern birds. People call up, they go there on vacation, and they actually call the police on the birds. Like, what are the police supposed to do about a conure in your hotel room? Now, imagine this. You go down there and you're spending thousands of dollars and you're in this hotel room, beautiful hotel on the beach, and you're woken up at 5 a.m. by screaming conures outside your window. It's just part of Florida. What are they going to do? They also get a lot of calls about storks pooping on them. I mean, they defecate quite a huge amount. And when you get hit by it, you know it. It's not like a little seagull thing. You can go in the ocean and wash it off. You get hit with stork. It's serious. It actually hurts. Let's see. When you're not being awoken by conures in the morning, maybe you get off the beach, off the beaten path a little way. But then you got Limpkins birds, and they scream almighty, and they scream all night long. So they get lots of reports about that. Some interesting ones. Well, we get the crows talking. Crows actually do talk. They don't say much, but they talk. We get a lot of calls, or we as in them, they get calls about sandhill cranes. This was a funny one. They came into the country club, and the country club was calling on them. They actually had to shoo them out. They had the doors open because the air conditioning wasn't working, whatever. They had the doors open, and they had the buffet out. And luckily, the guests had gone away. I guess with a lot of people, they wouldn't have went in there, but it was just the staff cleaning up. And they actually went in and were eating off the buffet, so they had to throw everything. I mean, you throw a lot of the stuff off the buffet, but some of it you can keep, like the key lime pie and the Nutter Butters they could have kept. But apparently, those are sandhill crane favorites, and they were demolishing them. So that was an interesting call. They also got a really, of course, they got a lot of seagull calls, and they had one guy. I'll give you the top stories. This one was a funny one. This guy called the cops on his friend because his poor friend, I guess this guy had come down from Ohio and he was staying over the night, hanging out with his friend, well, for the week, I guess. And his friend was tired. The guy was bringing him around to bars, making him party, giving him a hard time, being not a great guest. And so he was asleep on the beach, and his friend threw what was it, like popcorn or something all around him. So the poor guy woke up, and it served him right. But he woke up and the seagulls were attacking him. There were seagulls all over him and trying to get the popcorn. So, just one of the more interesting calls that the cops got. Let's see, there's another one. Now, this one isn't funny. This one is really serious. This poor woman was just swimming in the ocean. If you know anything about pelicans, right? Like pelicans, they like fly. Sometimes they fly in formation up top. Not like formation like, other birds, but like they fly together. There's like 3 or 4 of them together. Sometimes there'll be more, but anyway, they fly up top, but then they fly above the ocean, and they're looking for game. So they're just flying and flying and flying. They see a fish, and it's so cool because they're just like, bam, they go right down and just go right after the fish. Another thing they do is they like to fly right along the water, right along the top of the water. And so this big old pelican, pelicans are pretty big and they fly pretty fast. And so this poor lady was coming up out of the ocean. She just was like swimming, and she came up, bam, pelican to the face. She had to have all kinds of stitches, reconstructive surgery, very serious stuff. So don't want to scare you away, but be aware. Maybe you take a peek. I don't know what you can do. I mean, freak accidents happen. It was a freak accident. So anyway, that's the trouble that they've been having in Florida. And there's a lot more news. Let's see what else we got coming today. Of course, we got the weather coming. We do have an update on the monkeys coming up. And we've got some local news. But first, we're going to do our little commercial. Okay, so it's that time of year. Christmas cards are going out and coming in. I got a couple really cool cards so far. Now, this one's really cool. I just love it. It's very unique, you can't read it. It's backwards. Maybe it's not backwards when I do this again. But anyway, it's a cute card. And I like both of the 2 cards that came in. They put notes inside. And I'm not really good at writing notes on the inside of cards, but I'd like to. I like to get better at it. I intend to get better at it. And the card's cute. But look, there's no signature. You have no idea where it came from. I put signatures on my cards. So, and then the other one is from Hallmark. It's just meh. But inside, it is so cute. How creative is my friend? She wrote Merry Christmas in a bunch of different languages. And then again, personal note. So really cool. Animalwallart.com. Go check it out. Send a card. If not mine, somebody's else. We connect. How does it go? Connecting people. One card, one smile, one critter at a time. All right, all right. In local news, Northeast Georgia, let's see. We're also having a bird problem here. So the bird problem we're having here is the vultures. Vultures are attracted to rubber. They like to eat the rubber off your car. So they're attacking, haven't heard any reports of tires. Hopefully not. Tires are expensive. But they're going after your windshield wipers and the trim on your car. Trim on your car, they like to eat it. So they are a protected species, and there are ways to keep them out, keep them away. Of course, putting your car in the garage, a tarp covering, or an actual proper car covering is best, but we don't all have those opportunities. You can try an owl or a hawk decoy. That might work. Also, they are adverse to the smells of peppermint and chili flakes, so you can put that on your car and hope that that works. A bow and arrow will definitely do the job, but again, they are a protected series, and you won't need your car in jail, so maybe that's not a good idea. All right, a recap on last week's story. Those monkeys, those pesky monkeys have been spotted again. This time they were spotted in Sonora, Mexico, which is again about 450 miles from where they were last spotted in Puerto Vallarta. So these monkeys are moving fast. I'm wondering, I mean, it is possible for a monkey to move that fast. They can go like 60 miles a day, I think is pretty much their max. So the math works out that they might have actually been able to do it. But I'm suspecting maybe somebody might be helping these monkeys. I don't know. Maybe they're jumping on the backs of trucks. Who knows what they're doing? We haven't heard any, no reports have been made of that. But anyway, they were spotted in Sonora, Mexico. And this time, Sonola's not coastal. This time they're a little inland. It's probably about an hour inland. So they were spotted at this glamour camp, it's like cabin hotel. So this cabin retreat. And they were spotted there, and usual things, stole some shiny objects, just made a pesk of themselves, got liquor, that kind of thing, Nothing too serious, but absolutely, troublesome, and a little bit of money, stealing your jewelry might be something you really like, the liquor might be something you really need too. So anyway, they were spotted at the cabins, and then they were also spotted at an Orange Tree restaurant. And, that's they really took a hit because it's just a small business. And they went in there and they stole a bunch of Coca-Cola. They stole a bunch of Coca-Cola, and they stole a bunch of, food. They stole some enchiladas, like just stuff off people's plates, because the restaurant was actually pretty busy then. They had all the people in there eating, and they were just jumping on the tables. They were smashing pans, lanterns. They smashed a bunch of lanterns that the restaurant had up for decorations. So they just did all kinds of damage, and it's a lot for a small business like that to endure. So these are bad monkeys, and if you have seen them, if you spot them, give us any tips. The number is toll-free number and totally anonymous, and there will be no monkey repercussions. The number is 555-400-1212. And if you didn't hear about last week, there's a card, if I can make it work, there's a card up there. You can check out that video. And lastly, the weather. Guess what weather this week? 86 degrees and sunny. Yeah, if you're down there with those troublesome monkeys in Sonora, Mexico, for most of America, you're screwed. It's going to be cold. It's going to be gray. Same as last week, same as next week. Anyway, that's it for the news this week. See you next week.